client this last week who texted me. It's Lori Alvarez. And guess what? I had a text client this past week. He texted me. We connected through my Dave Ramsey trainings that I've been through in the Dave Ramsey courses that my husband and I have taught in the past. If you didn't know that, my husband and I, Eric, are both Dave Ramsey facilitators. So we have taught a couple of their courses at our local church for people who want to get their finances in order. And who doesn't want to get their finances in order? Who doesn't want to be like, put more money in the bank? I do. I know I do. And so, anyways, he asked me, he said, Lori, would you tell me more about some of the things that Dave Ramsey's suggesting at this time with regards to saving money, cutting expenses, so that we can be more successful during this time of cutbacks, right? People are experiencing cutbacks like no tomorrow. People are getting furloughed for work. They're losing hours at work. They're having a tougher time making as much money as they were previously. And so I thought, well, gosh, that's a great video. And of course, I know all about that. So why not share it forward? We have in the past led that class. We'd be glad to do that again virtually. If you all want to join in, just comment down below and be like, Lori, we would love to know more about that. And we'll get it set up for a Zoom or some sort of training for you all on how to get through Dave Ramsey's principles and graduate debt-free if you aren't debt-free, or if you're on the path to debt-free, right? I know I was at one time completely 100% debt-free except for my mortgage. And I'm going to be really honest, right? I bought a car. You all see it. You see it in my videos. And it was totally unexpected that I was going to need to buy this car because I wasn't expecting my transmission and my engine to both blow out at the same time. And so it was finance a car or buy a not so great car or finance the IRS. Well, we know which one we'd rather finance. It was not going to be the IRS. They are not fun. So guess what? I'm just saying, I had to buy that car. And I did. I chose to finance it. That's what I did. And it is what it is. And then COVID-19 hit. And oh my gosh, you're like going into stress mode. Like, oh my gosh, I have these expenses. Lori has a new car payment to make every month. Ouch. That is no fun. So what do we do to get that under control? What do we do to get our money right where we need it to be? Well, immediately, I'm going to tell you what Lori did. I did because I needed to cut expenses and cut expenses quickly. And as a family business owner who employs her family, I wasn't going to cut my staff. That wasn't an option. So what did I do? Well, first and foremost, what am I going to suggest you do if it makes sense for you is what I did, right? Immediately canceled my debit card / Visa card. It's my only credit card I have. I do not carry any other credit cards. I do not live on credit cards. Canceled it immediately. What did that mean? That meant I just called in and said, hey, sorry, it's lost. It's gone. I don't have it. So why would I do that? Why would I make such a quick, crazy change to do that? I'll tell you why. Anyone that wanted to be in business with me had to earn the right to be in business with me. What does that mean? Well, you've got a lot of automatic subscriptions on your credit card, right? On your debit card, you probably have 99 cents here, $1 here, $10 here, $15 here, $20 here for all these crazy subscriptions that you are getting. And you have automatic Amazon shipments and you have automatic this, automatic that. And before you know it, you're debit card, your real account is like down to $0 because you're like, wow, where did all that money go for? Where did all my money go? I mean, Eric asks me all the time, do you really need Ripple? Is that something? We pay for that every month. Is that something you need? Yes, it is something I need in my business. And there were other expenses that I didn't need in my business. So guess what I did? Reported it lost, just like I said. Gone. It's gone. And so if anyone wanted to charge me anything, they had to call me. They had to email me. They had to say, hey, Lori, you know what? We tried to charge your card and oops, it didn't work. Can we get a new credit card? Guess what? I just said, sorry, no, we're out of business. We're not doing business together anymore because it didn't make sense for me financially at that time. The other thing I did as my real estate business, print advertisement is very expensive, right? I'm sure all business owners understand that out there. Print is one of the most expensive expenses we can have. Eliminated it immediately. I called all my print publications that were doing regular print for me for all my business, said, sorry, this is on hold until further notice, right? Not doing any more print publications because it costs me too much money as a business owner. And I wanted to keep my staff on rather than printing papers for people to look at. Hey, everyone's online right now anyways. Everyone's virtual anyways. So why spend money in print when I can spend and drop more money into online video, right? Doing what's necessary to keep my business moving forward. Shift where you're spending money in one area to another area so that it generates more income for you. Does that make sense? Now, Dave Ramsey has some fantastic other great tips. And we're going to hyperlink that down below in the comments, and you can follow along with us with regards to it. We've got a weekly email that goes out with all these tips, and this is going to go out to our weekly email subscribers as well, right? But another thing that Dave Ramsey suggests, right, which I loved, I remembered when I first started on my debt snowball, and I wanted to eliminate all my debt, right? I needed to save money, and I was like, gosh darn it, we make so much friggin' money. Where is it going? And I was like, this is crazy. Where is all my money going? So I sat down, I printed, oh, there's paper. I printed out a bank statement, right? And I said, okay, here's my bank statement. And I printed it because I needed to write on it, color it, highlight it. I'm a big fan of color, right? I love color. It helps me see what's happening, right? And so I got a red marker out for, negative, not making money. And then I got a green marker out for, yay, got paid, made some money. And I highlighted those on my bank statement. And you know what that did for me? That allowed for me to say, gosh darn it, Lori, you have plenty of money. You know where you're spending all your money is on food. Ouch, food. Who would have known I was spending all my money on food? Well, of course I am. I was going out to dinner all the time. And when I would go grocery shopping, I would buy things that were right at eye level. They were right there for me to see. So easy when I was in the market to just grab that and throw it in my cart and hurry home to get back to my busy lifestyle. Well, guess what? I learned as Dave Ramsey taught us. I loved it. He has got so many amazing tips. If you're not listening to him, you really need to, because I can't give justice to what he does. But I can tell you this, right? The marketing in the grocery store, of course, the most expensive things are at eye level, right? The most expensive things are right here. The yummiest, most colorful, yummy, good stuff, right? Good stuff is right here for you in the supermarket. So when you're shopping, you're like, oh yeah, I want that. Oh yeah, I need that. Oh yeah, I want that. But you know what? You can buy a loaf of bread that would normally be $7. Did you know you can buy a loaf of bread for 99 cents? I didn't know that. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I can buy bread for 99 cents. Now, is it the best quality bread? I don't know. But what I did care about at that time is that I needed more money in the bank. So I was willing to cut that. I could save $6 just by bending down. Where did Lori go? I went down to the bottom shelf and I looked and I go, wow, I can buy a loaf of bread for 99 cents. You got to be kidding me. And so what did that mean? Well, I loved it when I went up to the counter, right? And I went to pay for my goodies. Gosh, I just remember this. I can recall this. When I went to pay for my goodies, this lady was in front of me, right? And she was like, saw me putting all my stuff on the counter to get paid, right? And to go through the line. And she goes, oh, that bread, I feed it to my ducklings. And I said, oh yeah, that's great. I'm going to feed it to my ducklings too. My 4 boys who go through a loaf of bread in like 30 minutes, right? They're my ducklings. So I'm just saying, right? Food. Look at your food. Look at what you're doing. Look at where you're going. Look at how you're spending. I love what Diane says, right? Eating out takes so much of your money. I'm not saying don't eat out either. I'm just saying be aware of your budget when you're going out. It makes great sense. If you know what you're doing with your money, you can succeed in holding some in a bank account for a rainy day. Or even, as we know, save to buy your next home, right? Because of course that's what I do is real estate. But okay, here's another great tip from what do we got? Oh, this one. I love this one. We did this one ourselves too, right? Here's another great tip from Dave Ramsey. Sorry, I needed to look and see. I love this one though. Cut the cable bill. Woo. Cut the cable bill. What do you mean by that, Lori Alvarez? My husband can do it. I promise you, you can too. So what did he do? He called the cable company. He argued with them. And boy, when he argues with someone, they know he is arguing because he is not quiet about that. Do you all have a husband like that? I do. He is not quiet when he wants to make his point. So his point was, I'm not paying you all this money, and then you guys aren't giving me the appropriate service I need. Get my friggin' cable fixed or I'm out. Well, he kept calling and they didn't do it. So he was out. He cut the cord. He said, goodbye, cable. And let me tell you, cable is a lot of money and we don't pay it anymore. We stream everything. And through that streaming, we also have a couple little subscriptions here or there that we get, that we pay $10 for here or there because we're interested in something that month for a series or whatever. But I can tell you that's a huge savings. So do it. Cut the cable costs. It makes great financial sense. Yes, we still have Wi-Fi. Yes, we still have TV. Yes, we still have all the stuff we have. We've just done it differently. Okay? You just want to do that, right? Here's another great tip. Reduce your energy costs. Now, I can tell you this one I still have not corrected. And it drives me crazy every time I walk up to my front door. And I love it because one of my best girlfriends, Jen, she knows who she is, and she'll probably watch this later. She loves to make fun of us because you can just feel the air conditioning going out our front door. You can just feel it. Like you could stand in front of our door and be like, whoo, and your hair will fly and you'll feel so air conditioned and comfortable because I am so darn thrifty. Some would say cheap. I don't want to spend money on a better door. They're expensive. Have you priced them out? They're crazy expensive to put a door in. And yet, I probably, if I put that lousy new door in that cost me so much money up front, would save a ton on my electricity bill due to my air conditioning costs and expenses. I'm just telling you, right? Weather strip your doors and weather strip your windows. Make sure it makes sense. Hey, solar is big now. I'm going to encourage you to explore solar. Be careful with solar. There's a lot of ways out there that you can do it wrong, and there's a lot of ways out there you can do it right. So do it right. Solar is fantastic and makes sense when it's done right. You got to make sure if you're getting a lease that it makes sense. Ouch. I'm not a big fan of financing everything or anything, right? No, no, no. Even if it's a lease, right? So look into solar. It will help reduce your expenses with regards to your energy costs. Okay, I'm going to give you one last one because then I got to shoot out. I have houses to show. I loved what Diane also said here. I learned bleach and antibacterial cleaner is sold at the dollar store, and it's better for her new stuff. I love that. Love that. Thank you for sharing that, Diane. I think that's a fantastic tip. If you weren't aware of that, there are a lot of opportunities at the dollar store. We have been in there various times. We're quick. We need something for an open house in our business or for a party. You go to the dollar store and you find it ASAP, and it's cheap and it makes sense. And it was $1. How can you go wrong? Thank you, Diane, for sharing that great tip. Right? Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. All right. And then I got to shoot out. I got houses to show and I got text messages to respond to from all my great clients. And I've got some awesome telephone calls to return. Pack your lunch at home. All right, guys, look, we're at home anyways. This is COVID-19, right? You're not supposed to be out and about. And maybe you are, right? Maybe you are out and about these days because I do hear places are reopening. That's super exciting. Be careful. Be careful. You're gonna spend money that you might not have. So go grocery shopping, do the right grocery shopping, and make your lunches. And then put your envelope system together, right? Envelope system. I had a conversation with a young couple a while back. They came in during the holidays and met with me and said, Lori, I want to buy a house. Why can't I buy a house? And I said, darn, you make so much money. You should buy a house. And they couldn't because they were busting through their envelopes. All their money was going out the door. They were spending it like crazy. And you want to know why? Because they didn't know how to have a great conversation together to talk about what they're spending. So eat at home when you can. It makes the difference and it's healthier and better for you. Your body will appreciate it, right? You will put on more muscles. Oh, my muscles are gone. I'm working on that too, right? And guess what? It'll be better for your pocketbook. it'll probably help whoever is sharing that same bank account with you out, because they'll be like, oh, there's money in the bank. Wow, right? It makes the difference. So, guys, pack a lunch, eat at home, stop Grubhubbing, right? Stop whatever it is you're doing so that you don't have to make your food. Go to the market on Sunday or whatever day makes best for you and think about, what do I want to eat this week? And then buy those supplies so that you can eat it all week long and make an easier, healthier transition into better food for you and the family that you live with and take care of. Just going to encourage you to take a few of these tips into consideration as you decide what makes best sense to keep money in the bank, right? You need to keep your money in the bank. It's that time of season. We don't know where we're going. Everything is moving slower. Everything is definitely moving slower. Everything is, including real estate, right? So, hey, if you need help with this, or of course, any real estate needs at all, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you out. Comment down below. Tune into our podcast, Real Estate with Soul, the podcast, Lori Alvarez. Check out our website at lorialvarez.net. And of course, just text or call me at 909-227-4196. I promise I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for tuning in. Share this forward with someone and share below your great tips for saving money, right? I don't know them all, and I only learn by hearing what you have to say. So share it forward. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic day. I'm Lori Alvarez.